welcome to the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. I'm John Gray here with Coach John Olive this morning. After a decisive win over Montgomery Central last night, Coach, your take?
Good win. It's the third win over a top 10 team.
Undefeated team.
It's the third win over an undefeated team. As we've been able to give three different teams, not counting the first game of the year, three different teams their first loss on the year. That's a great accomplishment, and I told our guys last night that during my time period here at Tullahoma, I know we have not beaten three top 10 teams in a regular season, and I really think that we're probably the first time in the history of Tullahoma that we've played three top 10 teams in the regular season and beaten all three. And all three of them being undefeated.
Right, that's state ranking.
That's state ranking, Class 4A state rankings. And I just think that's really a great accomplishment for these young men. And you know, you go back in the heyday there in the 80s when Tullahoma was really good. You only had three classifications, so it would have been harder to have all three, you know, to have that many top 10 teams in your region or district, whatever it was in that day and time. And now by the time you go through the playoffs, you see those teams, and you have to beat them in the playoffs. But for a regular season, I thought it was a great job by a great accomplishment by our young men. The senior class, start talking to them a little bit about legacy and that how high a bar you want to leave for the classes that follow behind you for the next decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, because not only in our sport of football, but in the sports that they play in, we've had just some unreal success over the last couple of years as that class, and there's so many of them that are multi-sport athletes, and they contribute. They contribute in our sport, they contribute in basketball, they contribute in baseball. Obviously we got a couple of kickers that play soccer, as well as some others of the soccer goalie plays for us in football as well. So it's just been a really, really unique class, a fun class. They're a fun bunch to be around. Sometimes, you know, they get a little too chilled out for me, but they always got it down. By the time you play on Friday night, they have it down. They know what they got to do. They know what they got to stop. And last night, I thought our defense was outstanding. Oh yeah. I thought Coach Sis and the defensive staff did a great job. You know, when you're playing the option, it's assignment football. You can't get, well, I thought he had the ball, so I tackled him. You can't do that. If I've got quarterback, I got to take quarterback. Whether I think he's got the ball or not, I got to be there waiting on him, because that's the way the option offense is set up. Is you know, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards. Everybody's getting bored to death, and all of a sudden it's 40, because somebody thought, oh, I thought he handed it off to the fullback, so I didn't take the quarterback. And I thought last night our defense did a great job. We went for a big play on the opening kickoff. You'll see it. It's there. It would have gone a long ways, might have scored. But we fumbled the football on the exchange of trying to run a reverse. So high reward, big penalty. And they take over at the 12-yard line, and we find ourselves down 7-0 to begin this ball game. But the defense. But it took them. How many plays to go 12 yards? 6 plays to go 12 yards, and defense was. The defense played really well. Up right there, strong. We held them underneath 100 total yards on the whole night, and so this is an undefeated team, ranked number what, 6? Number 7. They came in as the 7th. Yep. And so they come to T-Town, and you know, and they'll be a playoff team. They'll definitely get at least 4th place. They still have to play Marshall County and Pearl Cone. If they were to beat one of them, that would bump them up. but they'll be the fourth place team, and I'm telling you, to be a fourth place team in our region, you got to be pretty good, and I think numerically, Greenbrier's probably still got a chance to slide in there at that fourth place. So Montgomery Central holds the head-to-head against Greenbrier, and there's so many teams I hadn't been able to look that far down. I've just been worrying about our team. I know what we have to do in order to ensure that we're playing at home in the playoffs and so forth, and that is we win one more game, we're assured the first round game at home. We win two more games than any playoff game we're involved in until the state championship game would be played here at Tullahoma High School. And that's an awesome feeling.
You know, and Coach, you were talking about the team and other than football, how they performed in a stellar way. Well, you know, last night you had one of your football players be congratulated for being a National Merit Scholar.
Correct.
That is a huge accomplishment
Jake
for a young man.
Jake Bennett, he's
or lady.
He's what football players are all about. He doesn't get to play a whole lot on Friday nights. He works his tail off all week long. He gives us the best looks he can give us, and when he gets a chance to play on Friday nights, he's excited. But academically, he has done something that puts him in very rare company.
Yes, sir.
And you know, someday I've talked to Jake. He wants to go to Georgia Tech, and someday, if I live long enough, he'll be some engineer somewhere that will be doing things that make the rest of us scratch our head and figure out, well, how did he do that?
And say thank you because he changed the world.
That's correct. I mean, he's a great young man, and we've really got a high academic class from Jake. I don't know. This class probably has 5 or 6 of them that are 4.0s or better.
Yeah, very good. And we'll show you part of that at halftime. The band did not take the field last night because it's spring break, fall break. And they weren't all there. So we will show you some things that happened at the beginning of the football game. The flag was flown in, and the game ball was flown in, and with airplanes, and then skydivers brought him on the field, and the flag was just absolutely gorgeous.
I didn't get to see it, so I look forward to it.
You're going to see it right here on the John Olive 5th Quarter Show, and after this commercial break, we'll be back with the first quarter. Star Physical Therapy has been serving Tullahoma and the surrounding area for 16 years, offering special services, dry needling, vestibular rehab, LSVT big for Parkinson's, workman's comp, sports rehab, and post-op care. All the physical therapists at Star Rehab hold a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. And there's also a certified orthopedic manual therapist. You want to pass the test? Come to the best. That's Star Physical Therapy.
Here in Tullahoma, we're very fortunate to have Builders Plumbing and Electric to serve all of our plumbing and electric needs.
Come see us while we have a short break at Builders Plumbing and Electric.
We're also fortunate to have Builder Supply, where we can get all the lumber to do any project we have around the house.
Come see us at Builder Supply.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
Terry Stroop here with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We'd like to take this time to thank everybody for trusting us with their home and their business heating and cooling comfort. We'd like to take this time to remind everybody it's time for fall maintenance checks. They're taking appointments right now. We also would like to congratulate the 2022 class at Tullahoma High School seniors. Special shout out to two of those, which are our grandchildren, Mary Catherine and Owen Stroop. Let's go, Wildcats.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Number 8, our kicker, punter, Justice Chadwick. I thought he had a great game last night. The young man that you were complimenting for being a national merit finalist, semifinalist. I mean, he's finalist. Yeah, he's in there. Jake Bennett, number 64. Number 13, the leader of our defense, Caden Tucker. And number 4, the leader of the offense, Ryan Scott. And I really hadn't paid this much attention to this, but you know what his record is as a starter? No. Ryan Scott. He is now 19-1. That's a pretty good winning percentage. I told him, I said, son, you'll probably become the all-time leader as far as number of wins. And I said, you'll definitely have the top percentage of winning of all quarterbacks that have played all time here at Tullahoma. That's an awesome thing.
Well,
again, getting
that,
back to legacy.
You know, the only ball game we've lost in those games is a playoff game last year.
That's correct.
We had an undefeated season last year.
Yeah.
And
I
never can tell what might happen this year.
I hadn't even thought about it until a reporter pointed it out to me.
And of course, they didn't have a whole lot of fans in the stands because they're 2 hours away from here.
2.5.
2.5 hours.
So I don't know how long it took them by bus to get down here. I know.
All right,
yeah, there's our reverse. You can't see it from this view, but if we make the handoff there,
yeah,
he is around the corner. There's 2 guys looking at it from the end zone shot. There's 2 guys left back there. We got 1 blocker that's heading that way, which means that Chris would have had 1 guy in the open field that he was going to have to beat.
And that wouldn't have been much of a challenge for that young
considering
man.
one of them was the kicker.
Yeah.
If we block the correct one, then anyway. So they get the ball. Jacob Dixon makes the tackle there, and we're step wide there, defensive end. Caden Tucker and company make the tackle. So it's 3rd down and 1.
It's 3rd down, Wildcat Nation. Let's make some noise.
And they're going to try to run the same play, and this time Caden Tucker and company gets there, and so now it's 4th and 1. Really 4th and about a half a yard. They run the quarterback sneak, and he's down at about the 1-foot line. You can see the ball's not very far from that white line. Defense is going to make one more gallant stand right here. Caden Bradford getting into the legs of the running back, so he's not able to make any drive at all. They're going to run the quarterback sneak here a little wide as we didn't have anybody coming through the B gap. We had everybody coming there in the middle, and quarterback gets it in, and so we go for a big play on the kickoff. It backfires on us, and they're able to get a touchdown, and we find ourselves down in the first 3 minutes, 7-0. So they kick off to us again, and Joe Duncan's going to be on the return here and gets it out past the 30. And our coaches felt like we needed to take some shots at them early, and we've got Chris Hustleton behind them. not able to complete the pass there, as that would have been a huge pass play. Come back. Joe does a good job of breaking the first one's tackle, and he picks up 5 yards on the play, but he gets hurt, so we have to get him subbed out here, and we'll run Keyshawn right here. We're going to go to a little bit of an unbalanced set here. I like it when 75 and 56 line up next to each other. We get the defense a little confused. They don't line up right, and we're able to turn that corner and easily get the first down, as Keyshawn, I think, rushed for around 120 yards last night. Come back and trying to complete the pass here. We're going to throw it to Jacob Dixon. Ryan keeps scrambling, and the receivers keep moving. Pick up another first down. And we obviously are trying to get the overhangs out of the picture there with some of our formations. Got away with that. Told them we didn't want to see that one. That needs to be a once a year play. Told Ryan if you'd have read it correctly the first time, you'd been running without having it be pitched back to you. Does a great job right there. I mean, they've got him dead to rights, and he avoids them and picks up 4 or 5 yards. And then Keyshawn puts his foot in the ground and accelerates there. That's a really good run.
He does that so well.
So we end up getting our touchdown back. We got Reagan Tomlin snapping to Wade Collins. Justice Chadwick puts it through, and we are tied up 7-7.
And that
good response.
That is the first attempt of a great night of kicking.
Yeah,
for Justice Chadwick.
Just all night long. I mean, watch this right here. Ball is deep into the end zone, and which is an automatic touchback at our level of play in the state of Tennessee. Defense comes out. Cam Robinson, he's going to make a couple of plays here in this series. First one there, a loss as he knifed through and got the quarterback. They try to trap us. They were determined to run the trap against us. And we're in pretty good shape right there to keep them from getting much yardage. And they're going to try to run a little reverse slice, whatever you'd like to call it, but Caden Tucker and Ethan Hargrove.
That 76 is a giant.
Yeah, he's a good-sized lad. He's right up there with a couple of ours.
Not quite as quick.
No. Or as strong. Ball takes a great bounce for them. Chris decided not to try to come up and fair catch it, as it was hitting well short of where he was. And we're going to get called for holding here. They hit Reagan Tomlin there. Not sure if it was going to Joe or Reagan, but Reagan pulled it down, but we lose about 12 yards on a holding call. So first down, about 22 or 23. We're going to get about 8 or 9 of it back here as we hit Jacob Dixon on the quick screen. We come back right there, and very fortunate as they weren't going to allow us to do that over and over and over. Try to run a middle screen right here and had it set up pretty good. Ryan's trying to suck them on in, and we're just off just by a fraction of a second, which you got to time up your linemen releasing because they're blocking in the open field. That's a tough block for them. So you want to time it up to where they're blocking and you're catching the ball matches up.
Look at that punt.
51 yards in the air right there. Great coverage by the coverage team, and that's how you flip field position. And we position battle all year long. We've been winning it, and we'll continue winning it tonight. Good hard run by their young man. He's a 220-pound fullback, and they're missing their tailback, so they've got 20 playing tailback against us, and 8's in there playing some fullback. There's your trap. They were getting ready to try to trap it again. Our linebackers, I thought, did a great job against that trap. Every time they've tried to run it, we nail them pretty good. Will Parton, there on the first one on the tackle with Brandon Painter, and then Chris Usselton. Chris is getting better and better at this game. Here's a counter. Caden Tucker runs it down from behind there. Caden Bradford had a shot at it. He just couldn't figure out where the ball was as we had run a little stunt there, and he had come scot clean and just couldn't figure out where the ball was.
So we have a fumble on the first play of the game, leads to a score, and now our defense is set up, and we've scored, and it's a 7-7 ball game, and it is going to be a shutdown from now on. Our defense played absolutely stellar last night.
The offense did fine. This was a good defense we were playing against. They were only averaging giving up 4 points a game. So they can play defense. They play hard. They play hard-nosed. They try to be the more physical team.
They hit.
We try to be the more physical team. It's not a bad ball game to watch.
Yeah, it sure is. And what we're going to do right now is take a quick commercial break. Then we'll be back with the second quarter.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas, Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
It's third down, Wildcat Nation. Let's make some noise.
All right. Montgomery Central opens up with the football, and they've tried to run a quarterback counter trap there. and Caden Bradford gets the tackle.
Said no.
Logan Crouch is the one that actually stuffed it so that there's no hole to go through. They try to draw us off sides here. They'll take a timeout, and then they'll punt the ball. And it may take a minute for them to get the timeout. There it is. So on 4th down and 3, they choose to punt the ball to us. And it's going to be a rugby style. He runs to his right, and then he punts it, and Ethan Hargrove lets it hit and go to the end zone.
We want to do our part.
Ryan Scott's going to keep it here on a little quarterback counter that we were running, and he picks up about 4 yards there. Second down and 6. And he's going to hand the ball off to Jackson Sheffield. And, that may be the first time I've ever seen Jackson fumble. Number 8 did a great job ripping it out. I give credit to him. Jackson had both arms on the football, and in practice, whenever, Jackson he protects the football. And so anyway, we fumbled it to him. Defense is back out there. We got to make a play. Great, awesome play. Chris Usselton gets his hands on the ball. Jacob Dixon dives for it, and back judge ruled the ball hit the ground, and judgment call. If I'm Montgomery Central side, I'm going, yes, that's the correct call. Tullahoma side, no, that was an interception. But anyway.
Number 56 is playing a great ball.
Yeah, Caden Bradford, I thought, had a great game last night. And played with that motor running wide open.
Well, you wonder how you're going to replace those defensive ends that we had last year. And then there's this young man right there stepping up and doing exactly what we need.
Not quite as quick as those young men were last year, but he is strong. He's one strong young man, and he's got a motor that will run. He and JT have done a great job at being the defensive ends this year. And play action pass. And good coverage there. Jacob Dixon right there on top of it. So we take over after holding them on downs. And good job blocking by the offensive line. Keyshawn's able to get up in there before he even has to make a cut. He's probably already 3 yards past the LOS.
And our road grader, Mr. Poe's not on the field last night.
He's not. Ian's had gotten sick on Thursday, so
not COVID sick.
Not COVID, but still sick.
Yeah.
And so anyway, wanted to be there last night, but everybody thought it was best that he was feeling pretty rough, that he needs to stay home, stay away. Before COVID existed, there were things that you always were worried about. If you ever get the flu started,
right,
it's hard to get rid of. You get a stomach virus started, and it just go. I mean, you can't get rid of it. It just runs a cycle for 2 or 3 weeks, and so anyway, there are those type things where. When you're in team sports, you're always concerned about those things. Jackson Sheffield there picks up 4 hard yards.
He's a hard-running kid.
I think he and Keyshawn complement each other really well.
They do.
And
because they have a completely different style.
But they're both north-south guys normally. And Jackson in particular is a north-south guy. We take a time out there. We'd gotten a little bit out of alignment of what we wanted to try to do. And so Come back out, good protection here. And Ryan couldn't find anybody open and takes off there and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. I think we're in a 4th down and 2 right there. And Jackson Sheffield goes for about 7. And first down, Tullahoma. We go to a 2-back set here, kind of with our receivers all on one side, and so close. I mean, we almost got the gap there for him to get through. Just couldn't. I mean, we gained 3, but you were almost on your horse heading for the end zone. And again, getting a good push, but their defense, I'm telling you, they're not a bad defense. They just don't have a lot of team speed, and that's their young men play really hard. If they had 3 or 4 players that had really good speed, they would be a tough team to play against. Good job by them. What we had called, that was the nose guard looping all the way around to the outside, making the play. And that, all you can say is good play by them. We kick a field goal, 37 yards. Justice Chadwick. And so we take a 10-7 lead.
And glad to have a lead.
Glad to have a lead.
Tough football.
Because I'm sitting there thinking that this may be something that where 3 points make a difference. Another football put in the end zone. 80 yards away. Make them drive it. They're going to run off tackle here, and I can't tell you who rips the ball out. I can tell you Owen Stroop gets the football. Come back, we run Jacob here, and they call holding. Called it on Caden there, but I didn't see it. I'm watching it. But anyway, backs us up, and we got the ball at the 35-yard line. So that's give great pass protection, and let's throw a touchdown pass to Jacob Dixon. And Jacob gets a little carried away there, makes a little wave, that draws a flag.
Which to me is ridiculous.
And so
but that's to me.
We end up getting the touchdown. Justice will put it through. We're now got a 10-point lead, 17-7. And I'm sitting there thinking, all right, we got to get them. So we're kicking off from our own 25. Look where the ball lands. 9-yard line, 8-yard line. We're going to get him down at his 25, 26-yard line.
After a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, I mean,
what a kick.
That's what I'm telling you. He had a great night kicking. We could have tried a 50-yard field goal last night, and he'd had a good shot at making it. That one he kicked from 43 would have been good easily from 50.
Oh, yeah.
Good defense there. Host of Wildcats getting on the dive man, and here comes the sweep, and Mr. Caden Bradford, they can't block him. He just holds the blocker at bay and then throws him to the side and makes the tackle. They're going to try to throw a little pop here. And Ethan Hargrove comes up with the interception. We got the ball in great field position. We're sitting there, but the play we've called, we're in a bind by their defensive alignment, and I probably should have used our timeout and got us out of it. But we throw an interception, and Ryan hasn't thrown very many of those this year, but we'll learn from that. Won't blow that situation next time. There's Mr. Usselton breaking on the football. And
almost had another.
Knocking it away. And they try to run a trap there, a counter trap. And
56, Mr. Bradford.
Mr. Bradford.
Come on home, brother. We'll have a steak dinner waiting on you.
And Caden misses him there in the backfield, and Jackson Sheffield, I believe, was the one that actually made the tackle. So it's 4th down, clock's winding down. We don't have any more timeouts left. So we took our last one to make them punt it. We thought we might be able to get a punt return against them to make a big play. And so we're going to sit here and we're going to give the ball to Keyshawn. If he gets a big enough gain, then, you know, we really just don't have much time, and we have no way of stopping the clock except first downs. So Keyshawn rips them there, and we'll just come back and we'll run Keyshawn again, and he does a good job behind that offensive line.
Wow.
Those receivers downfield, and at least leaving a message with them as we leave the field.
Mighty good. Mighty good.
Yeah, it's considering how we started the half, I'd like to be playing a little cleaner, but to be honest with you, holding was something we were concerned with because of how quick they were on the defensive side of the ball up front. And they play undersized guys, but they're strong guys. They're seniors. That's a senior-laden team. They've got just as many seniors as we do. And so we had thought as much slanting and stunts that they do, that there was a chance that we'd get a couple of holding calls, which we have. We've got a couple of holding calls. So we kind of knew that going in, and that was one of the reasons that we were trying to push the ball downfield there early, was to, number one, maybe get a cheap score, but number two, get them backed off where we could go back underneath, but they really didn't back off. They stayed right up there in our faces.
You know, and I was telling somebody, it's, you know, you can tell, like you discussed before, when you've got a good football team is when you make mistakes, you win sloppy games. Not that this was a sloppy game, but when you've got things where things aren't going just the way they usually do, and you feel like you're just a little bit off, the ball doesn't get where it needs to just on time, you got a holding call, so whatever it is, that you still come out there and control the ball game.
Yep.
And that's the kind of football team we have. And our defense is playing stellar. You know, it's just, I'm sure those young people are looking at they were what, coming in 7-0?
7-0.
7-0 and handling everybody very well. Of course, they hadn't played us or Marshall County or Pearl Cone. They have Pearl Cone and Marshall County left.
That's correct.
And so that's tough. That's tough. That's a gauntlet right there.
That is a gauntlet.
The three of us at the end of the season.
Yep.
Ooh, I'd hate to do it.
Absolutely.
I'd hate to do it, but you know, our young men are showing well and doing what they do. They bow up and play great football. What we're going to do at the halftime is Bob Lamoria. We want to thank Bob. A couple of really special things happened last night, thanks to Prescott Bottling Company and the Sundrop Shop and Luncheonette. The football, game ball, and the American flag came in by way of skydivers. Mm-hmm. And it was an absolutely wonderful ceremony. We have that, and along with that for you, the announcement of the Merit Scholars that we'll show instead of halftime, because the band didn't take the field because it's spring break and a lot of them were not in town. So before we do that, we want to thank our friends at Coffee County Bank for supporting the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, and Carter Sane and all that bunch over there. You know, it's one of the few locally owned, if not the only locally owned hometown bank in Tullahoma. And remember to go by and see those folks. They're located on Jackson Street right here in Tullahoma, and then they have office in Manchester, Coffee County as well. We want to just thank them. you have an opportunity to go by there and open up an account, and you know, a lot of people like more than one bank. You need to put a little money here, a little money there. Coffee County Bank's a mighty fine place to do that. So we want to thank them for being part of the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show this year. We also want to thank the Donut Palace. Me, oh my, oh, is that a donut right there? It's a sweet roll, baby, and it's sweet. It is absolutely wonderful. Right across from Tullahoma High School, the Donut Palace. There's fine people doing a great job. Who needs Dunkin' Donuts and all that stuff? We got Donut Palace right here in Tullahoma. We thank them for being our donut sponsor, our pastry sponsor for the past so many years. I don't even know how many it's been, but we thank them for that, and go by and see them. The product is always fresh because they make it every day, and it's always ample plenty there for you when you go in to fill up a box full. And you know what they have over there, John? You would think, I know sometime when you have a piece of wood and you need to put a hole in it, well, the hole falls out, you just throw it in the burn pile or something. When they cut the hole out of those donuts, they cook them, and they're donuts too.
Yeah.
You can get a bag of donut holes.
Donut holes are really good.
That way you just pop them in like you're eating popcorn.
And because they're the center, there's no calories.
No calories in the center. It's all, I like that, John.
That's the reason I eat them. That's the reason I'm getting bigger.
Go by
and
the
bigger.
Donut Palace, and we want to thank Sundrop Bottling for all the things they do in our community. Just like we announced the football and the flag at the beginning of the game. You know, they're our water sponsor here on the John Ollie Fifth Quarter Show, and we want to thank them down there in Page and all those good folks that have been working at Sundrop for years and years and supplying this town with a great soft drink. Thank you for what you do. And then we want to say a word about the gentleman that I've dedicated this season to, Max Gerald, my friend, and a great Wildcat fan. Max passed last year, and I know he's proud right now about what we're doing, because he sure was the numbers guy, and he knew everything about what went on a Friday night game. A precious, precious individual, and he's missed. And I know he's smiling this morning because of what our boys are doing this season. And then right behind me, let's see, I got to remember which way to move. See back there, Eli Grove, number 8, Run, Walk, and Ruck. That is going to be on the Tullahoma High School track November the 6th. It's a fundraiser for the Eli Grove money to build a training facility for all sports on the Tullahoma High School campus.
That's correct. And they also, I think, are going to begin a scholarship.
Outstanding.
This coming year, that they'll be selecting a scholarship winner.
Very good.
Eli's foundation, his legacy, will begin to start helping young people further their education.
Very good, very good. Cassie and Tony, they're great people, their whole family. And every time you buy some gelato from the creamery, see that creamery right there? We have Legacy Creamery. It's behind the old Coca-Cola plant, the Coker's building on Wilson Avenue. Every time you buy some gelato, all the profit from that goes toward the Eli Grove Foundation.
That's correct. So
we appreciate them. And what we'll do right now is take a quick commercial break and be back with what we just told you about we're going to have for the halftime.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. The inside is now a non-smoking facility and had a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with Jam Night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma. If you're looking for a branding solution, Molly Dixon welcomes you to LogoWare, where your business, school, athletic team, nonprofit, family group, and other organizations can get your logo or message displayed with silk screening up to 10 colors and embroidery up to 15 colors on everything from caps to socks and all the inner and outer wear in between, plus backpacks, luggage, duffel bags, handbags, and purses. All work is done locally, in-house, on nationally branded product from Nike, Eddie Bauer, New Era, Carhartt, North Face, Russell Outdoors, and many more. So simply, why should you entrust the branding of your business or organization to a stranger on the internet when you can spend your money with a local business that offers competitive pricing and local professional service? For the answer to this question, Molly invites you to visit her at LogoWare, 401 South Washington Street, Tullahoma, 931-222-4103.
Donuts. Tasty. Donuts. Donuts.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you give the skydivers one more hand? That was awesome. Will you please rise? Carrying the national colors, Cadet Captain Tristan Bunch. Carrying the organizational colors, Cadet First Sergeant Landon Suits. Right rifle bearer, Cadet Second Lieutenant David Mason. Left rifle bearer, Cadet First Lieutenant Colleen McCullough. Raising the big flag in the end zone, Cadet Sergeant Aston Furch. Cadet Lance Corporal Ryan Cole. Cadet Lance Corporal Phoenix State. Under the direction of Justin Scott, the Tullahoma High School Marching Band will now play our national anthem. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the future of developing the best and brightest young minds in the state through outstanding teacher instruction and strong support service from its counseling staff. Early in September, about 16,000 students, or approximately 1/3 of 50,000 high scorers, are notified by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation that they have qualified as semifinalists based on their performance on the PSAT exam. To ensure that academically talented young people from all over the United States are included, the semifinalists are designated on a state pre-representational basis. The semifinalists are the highest scoring entrants in the state. THS is proud to announce Jacob Bennett and Franklin Zhang as its two National Merit Scholarship finalists for the 2022 school year. Throughout their stellar academic career, both of these fine young men have demonstrated an unparalleled passion for learning and knowledge. After graduation, both Jacob and Franklin plan to pursue a degree in computer science. Joining Jacob on the field tonight are his parents, Dr. Howard and Miss Jennifer Bennett. Franklin is joined by his parents, Dr. Fan Wan Zhang and Miss Zamin Wang. Also next to them are Principal Jason Quick, and representing the faculty and staff, Richie Chadwick of the THS Counseling Department. Please join us again in congratulating Jacob and Franklin for a job well done to raising the standard of excellence here at THS. Congratulations.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Southern Electric and Plumbing Supply, located at 107 Southeast Atlantic Street in Tullahoma, is the area's premier location for electric and plumbing supplies and fixtures, featuring GE appliances, Delta faucets, and complete fixture lines displayed in a state-of-the-art showroom. So if you're a contractor working on new construction or a homeowner working on a weekend remodel project, Southern is the place to find that special fixture you need to make your home shine. Southern's experienced staff can help you solve any problem. Southern Electric and Supply Company, 107 Southeast Atlantic Street, Tullahoma, 455-5402.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
One other thing I'd like to mention before we really get started here is our golf teams had a great year, and particularly the girls' golf teams, and they were also honored at halftime. And glad to see Coach Bishop and his young ladies. Mallory Trebuck was the district female golfer of the year, and she and the rest of the girls' team went to the state tournament over in Sevierville last week, and made us all proud. So I'd like to congratulate those as they were recognized last night, both boys and girls, as Chase Wiley made all-district and Gracie Hicks joined Mallory as an all-district golfer as well. Coach Bishop was the girls' golf coach of the year for our district. So congratulations to all of them. We opened up here, Montgomery Central was able to get the football, and there's a penalty right there for the blindside block, and I just felt like they would go for it right there, so I take the penalty, moving them back half a distance to the goal, so they're back at the 13-yard line, and they're going to make a play. This is a great play by them. We missed the tackle on him right there, and he's able to get the first down. Brandon Painter knocks the ball loose and tackling him, and then they call a penalty on 66 there for going for the football. And
how can you do that?
They said he was late to the party. So, I thought he had led with his head or something, but, he's just jumping for, like everybody else, he's just a slower person getting there. He's the last one there. And so we get penalized, so they get the ball out at midfield instead of us getting them to punt the ball to us. So the defense just has to line up and battle some more.
I was glad to see number 15 on the field last night.
Yes. At the point in time, we were a little concerned about whether he'd be able to play. And both he and Owen Stroop battled through the week, got ready, and were able to play the entire ball game. We hold them, make them punt it, and Chris is going to catch this one. He's going to get it back up to around the 20. Grab him around the neck there, and
don't you think that hit was a little bit late?
So, anyway, we'll take over at the 25. Defense has done what they needed to do. And don't make any yardage there as they tackle Keyshawn for no gain. Offense now, we got to get this together, and let's go score at the other end. So we're going to fake the screen, and we're going to throw it to Joe Duncan. And we have moved it down to their end of the field. Ryan Scott to Joe Duncan.
A little bit more air, and that would have been 6.
We run Keyshawn there, and we were going fast. They said we didn't get lined up. I've tried to see who was moving. I'm sure somebody was, but it wasn't the person that I'd been told it was. So I got to go back and try to find that. We tried Jacob here.
Look at that.
He has turned in to be a really, really good football player. He makes people miss. He runs hard, north-south runner. So we've got it 2nd down, and Keyshawn trying to follow Logan Crouch there, and we pick up about 4, so it leaves us with a yard to go here. And Keyshawn will pick it up as he gets down inside the 10-yard line before they finally wrestle him down.
He's what, 225?
No, probably about 210, 211, someplace in there. He has changed his body a little bit. Good defense by them. We don't get much done, and then we try to draw them off sides, and we flinch, so we lose 5 yards. And so we're still in a 2nd down and goal from the 14. And Ryan does a good job scrambling here, but we're so far back we actually don't pick up any yardage. We just get back to the line of scrimmage. So we still are sitting with a goal-to-goal situation. We try to get the ball there.
How did he hold on to that ball?
I don't know. He did a good job of hanging on to it there, and now he's got to go snap it right here. And so Reagan gets it back there, and Justice Chadwick hits the chip shot there. So we at least get points out of it. We go 75 yards, or not quite 75 yards, but we cover the field and get the points. And so at least we've started off 2nd half and holding them, and then taking it down and getting some points.
2 field goals, every extra point, every kickoff in the end zone, and a magnificent punt or 2 so far.
Yeah. He punted 1 time last night. His brother will punt the 2nd one here later on. Colton Proctor was on that last tackle. This time it's Tiny, Logan Crouch.
Tiny?
Yeah. He got nicknamed that a long time ago. And Logan makes a great play there. We miss him back there in the backfield, and I'm just telling you, great play by them. That's a great play. That was a big-time catch. We're right all over him. The quarterback's throwing back against the way his body is running. It was a good play. There's your trap again. You saw 56 pulling and trying to trap the tackle there, and they pick up about 4 yards on the play. They were moving that time. They didn't get set, and the ball is picked off by Chris Usselton and returned for a touchdown. Lots of excitement there.
Runs over and hands it to the official.
Yeah, and he's got all his teammates chasing him. The official, if you're watching it, he kind of jumps. It's all these people are coming at him. Hey, 27-7. We're approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. We've got the game under control there. We've taken control of the game during the 3rd quarter, and there's another kick going through the end
Those
zone.
guys aren't even paying any attention anymore.
No, it's 4, 5, 6 yards.
Now,
they don't try to run off tackle here, and great job there. Colton Proctor was one of the ones on the tackle there, and senior young man that bounced around trying to find a position to play, and he settled in there at defensive end and gets to play quite a bit at defensive end. can't tackle the young man there. He's doing a pretty good job of avoiding us, and we finally get him there before he can get the first down. Don't come back, the ball gets tipped, and then Landon Fouts tackles the receiver there. We come to the end of the third quarter, 27-7, and we're in control of the game.
You know, and I can see how these guys have the record they have. You know, they're pretty good football team.
Yeah, and they play hard, and their defense gives them a chance in every ball game, just because how they play. And you know, I think they lost 2 players against us last night, if I understood right. I didn't realize either one of them had gotten hurt during the game, but both of them, I think, had season-ending injuries. So I don't know how that'll affect them going down the stretch. I really felt like that they'll have a hard time speed-wise with Marshall County and with Pearl Cone. It would have put them matching up with Hardin County out of the other region that we're going to match up with. But anyway, Coach Tomlinson's done well up there, and his team, I'm sure he's proud of them. They're a gritty bunch.
Yeah. All right, folks, we'll take another short commercial break, and we'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of the Tullahoma Wildcats versus Montgomery Central from up around Clarksville way, and we'll see you in just a minute.
At Minuteman Press, we can handle all of your design, print, and promotional needs. But did you know that we can print on so much more than just paper? We can help you with your outdoor advertising, such as posters and banners, even lawn signs and flags. We'll make sure all of your employees are dressed in custom branded apparel. Promotional items are a great way to keep your name in front of customers and attract new ones. Did you know that 89% of consumers can recall the advertiser of a promotional product they had received over the past 2 years? At Minuteman Press, we have the expertise to handle your entire direct mail campaign. Why direct mail? Because 65% of consumers have made a purchase because of direct mail advertising, and 39% have tried a business for the first time as a result of direct mail. So we will show you the best way to generate results for your marketing and advertising campaigns. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. Contact us today to find out how we can help your business.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family. With 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
All right, this is Richard Brooks at Templar Shooting Sport.
We've got an indoor range, which obviously is the highlight of coming into our building. But we do have guns for sale. We can rent guns. People can walk in right off the street. We've got educational classes from if you've never touched a gun before in your life to advanced courses, the handgun permit course for the state of Tennessee, 1101 South Jackson Street. Our phone number is 931-222-4657. You can find us on Facebook, Templar Shooting Sport. And our website is www.templarshootingsports.com.
We'd like to welcome Vanderbilt Hospital to Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For years, people have had great service at Heart Hospital. And many times people make the statement, I need to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care, because Vanderbilt is now in Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For all of your health care needs, top quality, best research, new equipment, look forward to great health care at Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital.
Check out our new Woodard's Diamonds and Design showroom, which is now located on 2011 North Jackson Street in front of the Walmart shopping center. We've got 4,600 square feet now, beautiful diamond and gemstone jewelry, and a much easier and nicer place to come shop. This is still your place to come. Still have a great team of people. Still have wonderful diamond jewelry and bridal gifts. We have our Levion, which is out there. Even new creations of Chatham Created Gems, or the new Pandora, and even Kendra Scott, which is a brand that people have been asking for years now. So lots of new things, as well as some of your old friends here that are still here to serve and take good care of you. Thank you.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, got them in a 4th down situation, trying to make them punt it here. And Malik, no, that's still Chris. And I start to say it was Malik Grizzard that would be back there, but this is Chris. And kind of blind on this part of the video because it did not load properly last night. And so anyway, I had to reload it this morning and then got over here. So we were missing a little bit. Good job, Ryan Scott, Jacob Dixon. And good pitch and catch there. Jackson Sheffield on the carry there and got his face mask grabbed right there briefly. That slowed him down, or he'd gotten a few more yards.
But it wasn't called, was it?
No, I mean, it happened rapidly. It wasn't like they hung on to it, but get the ball out here to Reagan Tomlin, and he goes, gets 4 or 5 tough yards. And we'll come back right here, and we thought we were going to throw it to Jacob again, but I guess the big outside linebacker standing there made Ryan pull it down, so we'll kick another field goal right here. And this one's from 43 yards out.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect. He had just about a perfect night last night.
That he did. And there it goes to the end zone.
That one guy looked at him and said, "What are you running for?" This is out of the end zone. Save yourself.
And they try to hit the single receiver there. Jacob Dixon knocks it loose. They rule it a fumble. Brandon Painter picks it up and runs it in.
So that's what, second defensive touchdown?
Second defensive touchdown on this night. Defense, they just played really well. And
point's good.
Justice puts it through. 9 minutes to go. We definitely have the game put away, and we'll start playing other players. And Justice puts it in the end zone again. And they try to run off tackle power, and defense just does a great job. Holds them to a very short game there.
And you'll see them pretty soon start putting other players in as well. They know that this is...
There's a trap again. They try to trap Logan Crouch. He makes it bounce, and Ethan Anderson and company make the tackle for no gain. And then the quarterback drops the ball there, trying to hand it off. Get him down after a short gain. 4th down, they got to punt it back to us, and this time Malik Grizzard will be back. It's a very short punt, so we're telling everybody to get out of the way. And we start subbing during this series right here. We've already started subbing offensive linemen. And we need to get others out. We need to get them out of there. So we're going to start getting people out of the ball game. And that's Evan Tomlin running with the football, and they were running the stunt. And
Number eight, their linebacker is a pretty good player.
He's a very good football player.
Guess what? He's a punter.
Sometimes. Number 10 is also a good punter. 8 was a little bit more scary when he was back there, lined up as a punter. And you can see him coming. He's timing it out. He's a really good blitzer. He jumped out on, in fact, we were calling our pass protections toward him. That's how good he is at blitzing. As we wanted to make sure we always kept a lineman on him instead of a back. Grant Chadwick doing the punting this time, and we'll go out of bounds there at about the 23. Maybe the 26. Maybe my eyes missed it there. Still got the big fullback in the game, and here comes the reverse. Number 11, the freshman. He called our attention. He does some things pretty well and try to run a sweep, and they just can't block us out there on the outside to get around us. And so anyway, it brings up 4th down again.
Well, you can see the bright white jerseys in there on their side as well. They're substituting.
This is Malik Grizzard.
Good job, Malik.
Yeah, running hard there. And they got an all-out blitz like coming at us. Couldn't ever get Evan turned up, and we pick up a yard or 2, but couldn't ever get that foot stuck in the ground where he could find a lane to get north and south. And Nathan DeLauder keeps it there. Loses a couple of yards. He ends up keeping it again and battles to get back to the line of scrimmage. And we'll get a delay of game here. We're really just trying to run one more play. And we get the delay of game. So we'll back up. There's like 2 seconds left.
2 seconds.
So we'll run Kobe Tucker. And we're not able to handle them very well there with that second offensive line in there, as they were up in there and coming. So anyway, it does bring us to an end though, and Tullahoma Wildcats
7-0.
7-0, and sitting now number 1 in the region by ourselves. We would like to win the next 3 contests and finish 10-0 and number 1 in the region. But we can go 9-1 and be number 1 in the region. We go 8-2, we'd be number 2 in the region. If we go 7-3, I don't know. I hadn't even looked at it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, with COVID, you just never know.
Well, and another,
that's always out there.
The flu, or like you say, COVID or whatever.
Yeah, COVID's the one that really bothers you, because if you get enough of them on your team, you get shut down, and you're shut down for 2 weeks, 10 days, or whatever. And
that's 2 losses.
That'd be 2 losses, could be. So that's the reason I'm saying it's not like, hey, we got this in the bag. You don't. You got to play them, because of the situation with COVID, that changes everything.
Right.
Glen Cliff, we know, is not a very good football team, and we would be heavily favored in that ball game with them. Lawrence County and Greenbrier, they're competitive.
You never know.
We don't show up to play, and they have their best ball game of the year. We'll be in trouble.
I hate going to Lawrence County because it seems like no matter what and you've taught me this, no matter what the record is, on a given night in a given place, you're playing a completely different football team.
Yeah.
And so it's always tough to go up there and get a win.
They're tough. Their place against us, they get really fired up to play us, and so this coming week, to be the Wildcats playing the Wildcats.
Yeah.
And
we need fans in the stands.
It's a fun group though to go watch. I'm telling you, we took a good crowd up to Hillwood. I hope we'll take a good crowd over to Lawrenceburg. All of us can go to the Brass Lantern and eat. And,
that sounds good.
And see if we can't find a way to win that ball game, get back home, and then the next home game will be against Greenbrier. It'll be the first home game we've had this year that we're not playing a ranked undefeated team, but it's senior night, and we'll recognize the senior band members, the senior cheerleaders, and the senior football players. And those are really large classes, so we'll probably have to start that just a little bit earlier than we normally do to get everybody recognized. Right. And so that'll be what we'll do on the 22nd. And then the season will end with us up at Glen Cliff on the 29th.
And then, of course, how this plays out, it looks pretty reasonable that we will probably host a playoff game.
I think so. I think we'll host a first round game. We win 2 more games, we'll host.
As long as we play.
As long as we play. We'll have some more home season games.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah.
Because our community deserves it and they support it so well. Folks, just remember these young people are band members, and somebody that doesn't get brought up enough, and John and I were talking about it earlier, is the ROTC, Junior ROTC.
Junior ROTC.
Colonel Johnson does an outstanding job with those young people, and these are young people who, a lot of them are young people who, didn't have a niche somewhere else. Not an athlete maybe, or not a musician, not on stage, but they have built this group of this Marine Corps, and they're just incredible young people, and they do so much service in the community.
Do an absolutely great job there on Friday nights for us. They help set up all those tents and take them down. They are the 12th man down in the end zone.
That's right.
And so we appreciate them very, very much.
And all I can say, stay safe. We hope our athletes will stay well during the week. Hope everybody gets back from fall break safe and sound. And Coach Olive and I'll see you next week at Lawrence County. And if not there, right here on Saturday morning. Hey, Gage, thanks for watching, buddy. We'll see you next week in the stands. Thanks.